a very good evening to each and every one of you joining me, Miss Belinda Scandal, and Mr. Brandon McCaffrey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Playing a dual role in tonight's show.
I know, I am both presenter and
guest.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, not that we've got other things as well. We're going to be speaking to a gentleman in a minute about his wonderful music. Ding, 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 ding.
She won that best air guitar competition.
I know. A friend of mine said I used to be very good at strumming. Anyway, so we've got the lovely Richard
in the wind section.
Yes, well, that's beans for you. Richard Walters is joining us very, very soon. As if that's not enough, we're also going to stop it. We're also going to be talking to our Hayley and, of course, our Paul as well as our Joe Britton.
Yes,
giving us a minute of mojo because we need it this week, don't we? It's going to be
it's been very cold this week.
It has been cold. Have you been cold?
I've been freezing.
Do you know when you know it's cold? When you've got that special dressing gown on the back of your door that you never use until you just decide, I'm too cold, I want to use it, I need to use it.
I get it.
Should you do that?
I do get it.
Do you have a special warm clothing section?
I've got a big Harry Potter cloak style one.
Oh yeah,
it droops down at the thing. It's got a big hood and everything.
Yeah, do you disappear when you put it on?
I do.
Oh right, that's very clever indeed. So we've got a marvellous show lined up for you. So stick around, everybody, for the next half hour because we're going to be treating you.
Of course,
treating you. In the meantime, let's head over to here, shall we? Come on, my love, come and join us because our first guest is about to embark on a wonderful encounter with, my goodness, that was
how nice is that? We love smooth transitions here.
That was very good. He's joining us now, Mr. Richard Walters. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. We've been looking at your Wikipedia just a few minutes ago, and my, what a career you've had. Why are you so passionate about music?
I don't know. It's been something I've been doing since I was 17 or 18, and it's always felt like a good way to. It's cathartic. It's a therapy. It's a good way to meet people and communicate with people. It's great. I love it. And I get to speak to lovely people like you as well. So.
I mean, we do our best.
We try, yes.
We do. Now, obviously, like we say, you've had a bit of a history in life. You've got music that's been on CSI Miami. It's even more recently been on Grey's Anatomy. Which, why we're not on those shows, I've no idea.
No, I'd make a very good corpse. I would, honestly.
I see that for you. And you're bringing back a new show now. You've got an acoustic show coming out. So, what inspired you to bring this new show back then?
The show, the tour in May is an acoustic round. So the idea is that there's going to be 4 singer-songwriters on stage at the same time, and basically it's us. It's like an A&A meeting for songwriters. You kind of sit in a circle and you talk about why you wrote this incredibly sad song, and I think it's going to be great. It's 10 dates across the UK with Jamie Lawson and an Irish singer called Gemma Hayes. And Laura Zocco as well, and just really excited, especially after the weird time we've all had, to get out again and do shows and see people. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, can't wait.
Now you're known for playing not just one instrument, but several million instruments. What instruments do you play?
I mean, I play lots of things quite badly: guitar and piano. I sing. I have a go at anything. Probably not the woodwind instruments, but. I'll try and put my hand to anything.
Yeah, good.
I think you'd be good at woodwind. Fantastic at blowing.
Thank you. I used to play the cornet, but that's another story. So, what? Obviously, this is a family show. So it's going to be amazing working with all these 3 artists. Perhaps tell us, if you can, a little bit about the other 2 artists that you'll be working with.
So Jamie Lawson is an amazing singer who lives in Manchester actually now. He's originally from down south, but Jamie is he had a song called I Wasn't Expecting That, which was a huge hit all over the world. He's won lots of awards. He's toured with One Direction and Ed Sheeran and all sorts of people. So he's an amazing talent and a great friend. And then Gemma Hayes is an Irish singer-songwriter who, again, is incredible. She's been nominated for a Mercury. She's toured all over the world. She's worked with some incredible producers. And it's going to be pretty special, I think.
Now, the Stoller Hall, I know very little about. Do you know much about this?
Do you know what? It's one of the places I've not been to.
Oh, have you performed there before?
No, I haven't. I've seen it listed on a few tours recently, so it's obviously the go-to venue for folky acoustic stuff. So yeah, looking forward to checking it out.
Fair. So what kind of things can we expect to find out? Have you got any stories what you can share with us? Obviously, you've got it coming around from the songs and the stories you can tell with it. Is there any stories you can give us a bit of a taste of first?
Oh God, I mean, it's just mainly it's mainly songs about ex-girlfriends and breakups and things like that. So I mean, it's all incredibly miserable for a Wednesday night on TV. But in the environment of the Stoller Hall, it will seem magical and moving, hopefully. But I've been really lucky. I've got to work with loads of amazing people, and I think I'll do a bit of name dropping and tell some bad jokes. That's all I can promise, really.
This sounds like our show.
It does. Is there an artist that inspires you more than anybody else?
I'd say growing up, my dad was a big Motown fan, so Smokey Robinson and things like that. But for me, my number one artist of all time who can do no wrong is Bjork. I just think she's incredible, and both as a vocalist and a songwriter, but also just the way she keeps reinventing herself. So I
like her concerts because they're always so quiet.
Have I ever told you how much I hate
boom, boom! Hey, Wednesday night!
I hate you. Hey. Wednesday night, bad jokes, you've definitely hit it on the nail. We're definitely doing this well.
So where can people get tickets for this event then when it's here in Manchester?
All major ticket outlets, they're available from Stoller Hall's box office as well. But if you just search an acoustic round and Richard Walters or Jamie Lawson, you'll gain entry to the ticket links. So.
I love it. It sounds phenomenal. So we look forward to seeing that. That's the 16th of May over at the Stoller Hall, which we need to look into, I think. If there's some good things going on there, we need to be checking that out, don't we?
We are like where the city comes to talk.
We are indeed. So we need to go where the people go to sing. Indeed. In the meantime, Richard Walters, thanks so much for your time today and the best of British with it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you
very much, Richard.
Doesn't that sound fantastic?
Do you know what? I do love a good acoustic night, though, because there's always just something, like, emotional about it.
It is because it's so raw, isn't it?
It is. It's raw. Really raw, and it's really nice. You could just sit there and go, oh, I'm really into this music. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. Do you play instruments? I've never asked you.
I used to play the trumpet, and I've also played the drums.
Oh,
just like banging things.
Yeah, very good. Well, you've done your interviewing for today, so in a minute I think we'll probably interview you.
Oh, so because next week can we swap and I'll interview you?
Absolutely nothing going on in my life whatsoever. In the meantime, you go and find your lovely guest.
I will,
and I'm going to see what's on the box.
Hi, I'm Hayley and welcome to this week's On The Box. Now, I've been starting to watch Dancing on Ice. It started last Sunday and it's on every Sunday night on ITV. And it includes rugby player Ben Holden, the wonderful athlete Steph Reid, Bez from the Happy Mondays, Kimberly Wyatt from the Pussycat Dolls, and finally the very lovely Sally Deniver from Corrie. There is the third series of The Discovery of Witches, which is out on Sky and Now TV. And if you haven't seen the first two series, they're on there as well, so do give them a watch. The new series, The Nevers, that's a group of Victorian women in London with extraordinary powers, and they are known as The Touched. That's also available on Now TV. On BBC iPlayer, there is the crime drama Hidden Assets. A detective investigates crime across Europe and has to work out how they are all connected. And finally, there is a film. It's absolutely wonderful. It's called Save the Cinema. Fabulous film based on the real life story of Liz Evans saving a Welsh cinema theatre from being knocked down. Now, there's loads more I can talk about, but I'll save it for next time. So I will see you then. Take care, and remember, stronger together. Bye.
My name's Tim Coaster. I'm an ordinary lad, really. 25, gay, horny as a box of rhinos. Unemployed, unfit. Yeah, pretty ordinary. That's me. At least, it was. I've got a new job now. I'm a courier for this new takeaway app called Wallaby. I'll get fit, and I'll make some cash, and who knows who I'll meet. The gig economy is my oyster, and everything's coming up, Tim.
Love that noise. I love that noise.
Is it the dog?
So, he looks familiar, that person I was watching then.
Do you know what? I think he's rather handsome, if I do say so myself.
Well, I think it's time that you fess up, though, because that is clearly your real accent, isn't it?
That is.
This is your fake accent.
Do you know what? I've actually been faking it for so long, Belinda. I just didn't want you to know about it.
When you do it like that, not so convincing.
No, I didn't think so.
We're obviously talking about a film that you're in.
I am. We are. This is weird. I don't know how I feel about this.
What's it called?
It's called Secrets of a Wallaby Boy.
Secrets of a Wallaby Boy.
Yes.
And I'm dying to ask you so many questions, but I'm not, because I want to bring in this gentleman over here. This is Kieran, everybody. Kieran, what's your involvement with this film?
So I'm the writer and director of this film. I wrote it over the winter lockdown last year when someone introduced me to Confessions of a Window Cleaner, which is a very raunchy 70s British comedy, and I thought, it's great fun, but very 70s, and it needs to be gayer. Yes, it needs to be brought into the modern day.
Say that. Make it gay.
Make it. There's a song about that.
It's
the producers. They're very good. Okay, then. So, who are you playing in? This is really weird.
This is weird.
Who are you playing in this?
I should move over here.
No, don't do that. You messed me. Shut up. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Tim Coaster.
Tim Coaster.
Tim Coaster. He's a lovable guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
He's a little bit unfit. He's very much me, actually. We're hitting all the marks here. Basically, he's the kind of guy who wants to do better in life, but doesn't really know how to go about it.
Right.
He wants to get laid, and he wants to explore a bit more in life.
Yes.
And this new app, Wallaby, of which with Bruce, his lovely little AI, he's going to go on a bit of a journey.
Sorry, what? His lovely little what?
AI.
What's that?
Artificial intelligence. We're fancy on this show.
You're living and learning tonight, aren't you, boys and girls? So go on, yes.
So he goes off, and this is my best explanation. He goes off on hijinks, to say the least. Like we say, the window cleaner story is a bit smutty as a term, and I would say we definitely delve into a bit of a Manchester LGBTQ plus I can't name all the letters now.
It's definitely not one for the family then. Is that what you're saying, Kieran?
Probably not, no. It's I think most people will be able to enjoy it, but it's an adults only film. Not hardcore, but
Now, we should say this film isn't made as yet because you're trying to raise funds to make it. Now, how can people get involved in making sure that this film actually happens, Kieran?
So we've got a campaign page on a website called Greenlit. So if you go to greenlit.com, and you'll see on the list of films there, Secrets of a Wallaby Boy. And we've got a lot more details on the film up there, and various rewards that you can buy, including access to see the film when we have made it, and signed posters.
From him?
Yeah, I know, right? So you can get a signed poster, you get a signed script. I mean, for one, why you want my autograph, I have no idea.
You're meant to be selling the film here, love. You're meant to be selling it. Just so
you can get my autograph, which is exactly what you want.
Yes. Now, how much are you trying to raise then?
So the target is 12,000 on Greenlit.
Okay.
And we've got a portion of the budget already. We've got about 10 grand already. So we're trying to get an extra 12 grand.
Right.
And we've calculated we can make the film and make it pretty well for that.
So 24 grand. Is that what you're saying in total?
It'll be 22.
Yeah.
But as is the way with low budget indie filmmaking, whatever we get, we'll try our best to get it made. And the more money we get, the better it'll be, and the more lunch we'll provide for Brandon.
Oh, that's all right.
I do like to eat.
Now, if you don't reach your target, does the film still get made?
Yes.
Yeah?
We are determined to get it made, but obviously there'll be sacrifices.
You've just been joined by a new cast member who's going to be playing your father.
We have, yes. We've just been joined by Mark Benson, who most people would recognise from. I remember him from things like Doctor Who, obviously it's me, Waterloo Road, and most recently he's in Shakespeare and Hathaway. Yes.
So, I remember him as Edna in Hairspray.
He was in Hairspray. That's right. Yes. I knew that.
Very, very good. I do my research occasionally, Flower. Oh, yes.
So we're very excited. Obviously, we're working with him. We're working with Lawrence Harvey, who was in the Human Centipede films.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever caught them.
No.
So we're working with a lot of people who are big names, obviously. Me. Belinda does it every week. I'm like, Belinda, I'm surprised you don't enjoy it more.
You're all getting a glimpse into what I mean, how are you finding working with Brandon? And be honest, because I'll be honest in a minute. But you tell me what you just lean back. This is therapy for us two now. How are you finding it working with this wallaby?
Oh, he can be a bit of a diva, can't he?
Yes.
But he gets the job done. He knows his lines and he shows it, which is all he can ask
We
for.
watched the trailer there and it showed a few seconds. So you filmed a portion already, or is that literally all you filmed what we saw?
We filmed that little bit so far, and the most of the shooting will be done later in spring, in April and May.
Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? I hope it happens.
Well, we've been cycling all around the city for it. So has anyone's ever seen a
We've not
yellow
mentioned
guy
that
going
fact.
around?
We've not mentioned that fact. It's a pizza boy.
Yes, so it's a delivery app, a bit like Deliveroo.
But other brands
I
are
deliver
available.
Anything.
Yes.
Realistically.
Not based on Deliveroo.
Not based on Deliveroo. We didn't take it from anyone. There are a lot of different options out there.
Okay.
But that kind of style where he's delivering a lot of different things to a lot of different types of people.
Sounds like
I
filth.
think that
Sounds
tells
like
you a lot.
filth. Pure filth, or as he calls it, a night out. So there's all these things going on within the film then. What's the swinging arc of the story?
Oh, well, it's so, Brandon's character, Tim, he's a bit of a shambles. He's not fit, he's broke, and he's not getting laid enough.
You are just this isn't fair.
And then when he gets this job for Wallaby, he starts building up some confidence, getting fit from cycling around.
Yeah.
Meets lots of people, starts turning that around. But then there's a sort of undercurrent of that where there's sinister things going on in the behind the scenes of
So if you were
Wallaby.
to block this into a genre, what would you say? Comedy?
Comedy.
Comedy?
Yeah.
Definitely comedy?
Comedy with some satire.
I
Comedy and
feel like
satire.
it's a comedy, satire, sci-fi at points.
It becomes a little bit sci-fi.
And if you get the money, when will we be able to see this film? When are we looking to complete it? When are we looking to be able to sit down on our chair with our pizza and enjoy it?
We'll be shooting it April, May, editing over the summer, and all going well, should be able to premiere it around the end of the year.
We're looking forward to it. For the meantime, though, thank you very much, Kieran. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Cheers for that. Thanks
It was
for coming,
really hard
Flower.
to be here today.
Hey, I tell you what, after that, I need some serious help. There's one lady that can help me, and that is our Jo Britton, as she gives us a minute of mojo.
It's Jo Britton, your personal performance coach, for another minute of mojo. This week we had Blue Monday, didn't we? It's supposed to be that same day of the year where we feel at our worst and incredibly low, but just don't believe the hype. It is a day that was made up by a travel company as a gimmick to get you to buy a holiday. Having said that, I was feeling sad this week as a result of some news that I got that really knocked me for six. Now, this was not life or death news, and perspective is everything, but I did go through a whole accelerated roller coaster of emotions, and emotions are physiological responses in the body to events that happen to us. And for me, those emotions translated into crying, into a sick feeling in my stomach, into not being able to focus, eat or sleep. And in the past, I would have just tried to carry on as normal and battle through the day. However, this time I chose to take responsibility for my emotions and to have a sad day. So not a sick day, but a sad day where I spent some time just processing my emotions, reflecting and coming up with some coping strategies to help me deal with things like that in the future in a more helpful way. So I hope my learning is helpful to you, and just know some days it's okay to take a sad day. Come and join me on my Instagram page, jobritton.mojo, and I'll see you next time on here for another minute of mojo.
Welcome back to another episode of what I like to call Me Being Murdered by Kai. Coaching with Kai is how it's typically called. Kai, we so far have talked about our exercise, we talked about our food, you've made me do some horrible things. What is it this week that you want to be looking at?
So it's more trying to maintain a healthy relationship with jumping into exercise, jumping into food, and trying to maintain your not going too much all in. So that'll be the first point as well.
Of course.
So basically it's not anything too food or specifically training related. It's more as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the sort of things you think of whenever it comes to the gym? Because obviously a lot of people get quite scared when they go, oh, do I want to go to the gym? There's a lot of people there who say have had more exercise. What kind of things would you suggest for that?
Also for them, well, taking away from the points that I planned, for this bit, I'd probably just say try and find a time that your gym's not going to be that busy.
Okay.
In January, granted, it's quite hard. But, for example, we train together in a town centre gym.
Yeah.
That's where I coach Brandon. Town centre gyms, typically, even in Jan, quite quiet, middle of the day.
Yeah. People sometimes find it hard, especially because they're thinking, oh, am I eating too much, whatnot. Obviously, there's such thing out there called calories, which is quite common to calorie counting, especially with that lovely little app, MyFitnessPal. What kind of thing would you suggest people to, when it comes to their calories, to help lose weight?
So, basically, something called a calorie deficit.
Okay.
It's basically burning more calories than you're eating. Now, when it comes to that, you do burn a certain amount for just being alive anyway, for your bodily processes. So exercise calories, but eating calories. You don't need to go 1 for 1. If you do that, trust me, you won't last a day.
Okay.
You'll be starving, miserable, and that's not the way you want to live your life. So my advice would be to maybe just go online. There's so many calorie calculators online. Use one of the calorie calculators online if you wanted to do that, and then just look at having a target, maybe going onto your MyFitnessPal, like you said, learning how to track calories. It can be complicated. So in the basis of keeping things simple, to bring our calories down, like we said in week 2, food, eating more protein, keeps you more full. Usually paired with little calories as well, if it's just high protein. So like your chicken breast, your salmon, things like that. It's going to keep you more full anyway, and then you'll inherently just start eating less calories anyway. So eating protein every meal is trying to get us into a calorie deficit without necessarily using them words and making it complicated where you have to count.
Fantastic. Now it's back to my favourite portion of every episode is Kai's challenge. What have you got for me today?
Well, we've got the hip workout. There you go, mate. Again, this isn't the kind of training we usually do. So,
death and despair to me once more at the end of another episode of Coaching with Kai.
Had me branded mugs then. I shouldn't really have them on, should I? That's advertised for somebody else. That's very good. Do you feel better for it?
You know what? I do, because it really just gets you like really pumping. And just
I feel there's a conflict though between your character that you want to be playing and portraying, and then we go into that.
I thought this because obviously Tim is such I'm unfit. I can't do that there, and yet all of our audience knows me as such this fitness freak now. So I don't know how that's meant to work out.
Well, do you know that's why you're in the world of acting, Flower? Isn't it?
I pretend I want to be.
Do you know I went for a run today? I went for a run to this new hotel that's opened. It's called the Clayton. I was literally heading to the Thompson Arms, which is literally across the road from it. It's in the village, and it's just lovely. We went having a look around, and they had a lovely reception. They've got a breakout room, a nice little room there where you can just chill out and have your breakfast. And the gorgeous lighting was it's like thousands of rose gold ring lights. It was lovely.
Oh, that's
thoroughly
quite
enjoyed
cute.
it.
I like that.
And that's fully open now. It opened today. It's been open for a couple of weeks, unofficially as like testing, but now it's fully open. So that building that we walked past, we saw them bulldozing,
Yes.
God knows what, to put that building in. It's there now. So the Clayton Hotel is officially open, everybody. If you want more information, go to their website and book a lovely room. In the meantime, we've seen what's on the telly.
Yes.
Have we seen what's on the telly yet?
We have.
Have we done that already? Wow, thank you.
Good to know.
It's because I've not seen you for a week, isn't it, Flower?
Go and see now.
But this is what's going on in the rest of Manchester. Here's what's happening across Greater Manchester in the next few days. At the Manchester Opera House, you can see the Moscow City Ballet performing Swan Lake tomorrow and Friday. At the Palace Theatre, there's still a chance to catch the Rocky Horror Show, which runs until Saturday. Over at the Lowry, Adam Woodyard and Gaynor Faith starting Looking Good Dead until Saturday. At the Stockport Plaza on Sunday, you can see Tyler Butterworth, A Little Bit of a Carry-On. In this show, he talks about his mum and dad, the legends that were Peter Butterworth and Janet Brown. On Saturday, there's a Britney Fest happening at the O2 Ritz. She's not there in person, obviously, but you can still hear lots of her music. At the Oldham Coliseum on Saturday, A Night to Remember. It's an event remembering local man Glenn Knight, with all proceeds going to the British Heart Foundation. On Friday night at the Bolton Opticon, it's their monthly comedy club. At Manchester Cathedral on Sunday night, you can experience the new album launch of Emma Mould. It's called Exquisite and is hosted by our very own culture queen, Carol Ann Whitehead. And at the arena on Monday night, it's the National Lottery Big Night of Musicals, which features the biggest musicals on stage for one night only. Now, if you have an event or a show you'd like us to mention, then please drop us a line. Contact us at yourmcr.com. How lovely. So lots going on.
Always.
Lots
It's Manchester,
and
of
lots.
course there's lots going on.
I know. I tell you what, one place that I've not been to in my time here is the Cathedral. So what I thought I'd do is I'd send Carol Ann to have a little explore. I don't get out much anymore, you know.
Really?
No, I don't get out much.
You're just getting your knees and pray.
No, no, I just wear dresses. Now we're going to be. Stop it!
Please welcome Carol Ann.
Leading me down a dark path. I tell you, it's unnecessary.
Okay, I'm just entering Manchester Cathedral, and it's lovely that you can just, on certain times throughout the day, you can just come and visit. Everyone's looking at the history here. There's fantastic work on here. I'm going to step into here. People can come and sit and contemplate the workings. One of the things that the director of fundraising said to me was just to open the doors, just literally to open the doors. It costs £1.2 million just to open the doors. And he said to me, what people forget to do when they go into churches is look up. I'm going to take the camera right up and just see the work on the ceilings. There's another section when they were refurbing the cathedral. I'm going to walk around, which is where we're going to have the Emma Mould album launch, and I'll walk quietly because like people are praying. For the Emma Mould album launch, they said, have a look up, because the workmen uncovered something absolutely amazing. I think it's amazing. This, as we enter, the cleaning the floors, is the performance space that we're going to use. And I'm going to take you, it's very, very Raiders of the Lost Ark, secret things. Can you faintly see the hexagon on the floor? Can you see it? That, let me step back so you can see it a bit more. That hexagon is a stage that rises up. Look at that. My goodness. And yes, let's raise our eyes to the heavens, and what do we see? In the corners, right at the top, are angels. On one side, string instruments, and the other side, holding wind instruments. You can book guided tours, or just come along. There are lots of volunteers here. Come along to the cathedral. You'll see volunteers, and they'll be wearing the cathedral branded colour sashes, and they will tell you the history of the different areas, how old certain parts were, and what they mean. A wonderful, wonderful legacy for Manchester. This cathedral survived many conflicts, survived the Blitz, and also before that had many meetings and declarations. And here is an inscription for Sir William Henry Holsworth, Baronet, Church Warden and Benefactor.
Well, wasn't that exquisite?
Wasn't that lovely? I love the lift up stage.
Oh, you know what? I think we should have something like that. Like our desk.
Well, ours is hexagon, so we could do that, you know.
I agree with this.
I'll put you on it and lift it up. Shall I? Shall I? Yeah, why not? In the meantime, everybody, it's been cold this week, like you said at the top of the show.
Crazy.
It's been cold. It's been a little bit chilly, but let's see if the weather's going to get it better with Paul Rudd. Is the weather better?
Thank you. Good evening. Hello, my lovely weather watchers, and welcome to this week's weather forecast with me, Paul Rudd. And I'm here at Oldham Town Centre, just outside the Queen Elizabeth Hall. It looks amazing. Okay, drier and settled weather is coming to Manchester this week. So let's check out this week's weather details. Alright, Thursday is looking sunny and cloudy with the temperatures of 6 degrees Celsius. Friday is looking cloudy with the temperatures of 7 degrees Celsius. And as we look into the new working weekend, yes, Saturday is looking cloudy with the temperatures of 8 degrees Celsius, and Sunday is looking cloudy with the temperatures of 8 degrees Celsius. And it is getting cold and a little bit chilly, so get your winter woolies on and be careful on foot because we'll have some fog and frost overnight and into the morning. And now it's time to hand over back to the studio from me here in Oldham Town Centre outside the Queen Elizabeth Hall. Back to the studio for this week's amazing episode of Your Manchester.
It really has. It's been absolute
I'm glad
filth.
that we've got a win.
Yes.
I am, because do you know what? I actually fell and slipped on the frost last weekend.
Did you? Well, we've got a warning up now, so watch out for the fog and watch out for the frost. Coming up in a couple of weeks, we'll be talking to the legend that is Julia Hesmondhouse. She'll be joining us here in studio for the entire show, everybody. Yes, for the entirety of the show, she'll be joining us. We've got loads of other things coming for you. Next week, we are looking at an artist called Gareth Worthington, everybody, as well as delving into the world of Blood Brothers. Till then, though, thanks for
remembered all that.
Thanks for watching this wonderful episode of Your Manchester.